Yeah. Absolutely. You know what? I deserve to be loved. I dated Jillian just to hurt you.
It's okay. It probably wouldn't have worked out like everything else. Hey, you know, maybe it took us stealing each other's girls to finally become friends.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, hey, listen, Cheryl actually drove me, and I spent all my cash in the restaurant, even though you said you'd pay. So, would you mind giving me a lift home, buddy?
And now it must be the angriest gamer you ever heard. The angriest and over. The angry Atari failure nerd. The angry video game nerd.
Ghostbusters. It was one of the most successful comedies of the 80s and one of the most popular franchises I remember as a kid. There's a sequel, a cartoon series that ran for 7 seasons, a huge amount of merchandise, and a line of action figures. You got the Firehouse, which was awesome. You got the Ecto-1, you got Slimer, the Marshmallow Man. Yeah, he's a little dirty, you know. The dog shoved him up his ass. You had all the Ghostbusters. Then they came out with versions that made facial expressions. Then there's this car that turns into some praying mantis or something. Then you had all these weird ones I don't even remember from the show. This one, I don't think, well, that's not mine. Get that the fuck out of here. And every kid on the block needs a proton pack, and even though it's plastic, in our mind, it's an unlicensed nuclear accelerator. Then you got the ghost trap, which doesn't work anymore because it's a piece of shit. Then you got the PKE meter, which always reads .03 and always shows a ghost. So, I just wanted to take you back to the 80s, when Ghostbusters and Nintendo were the best things in the world. Now, the Nintendo Entertainment System, I believe, needs no introduction. So, when we heard that a Ghostbusters game for Nintendo was coming out, we were so excited, we shit our pants. Literally, shit came out our asses and we rocketed through the roof. It was two of our favorite things coming together. It should have been like bread and butter, but more like dead skunk and dog shit. You pop this piece of crap in, expecting Ghostbusters, and what do you get? Well, Ghostbusters got the logo there, looks promising enough, but are you willing to bet that it's going to get really bad once you start playing? Yeah, well, guess what? It gets bad as soon as you press the start button. Ghostbusters! What was that? Ghostbusters! 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 Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to criticize the game for its lack of voice clarity. When you hear how bad they sound, let this set the tone for the rest of the game. So here's the main screen. This is it. This is Ghostbusters on Nintendo. This is my wasted childhood you're looking at. I don't even need to comment. Just look at it. It's shits for the birds. Okay, we gotta come up with a game about Ghostbusters. What can we do? How about just have the Ghostbusters logo floating around playing tag with cute little yellow ghosts? So if you like Ghostbusters, it's right up your alley. More like up your ass. Now for music, you got the Ghostbusters theme song, which sounds like a decent 8-bit rendition, but there's one problem. It's the only song in the whole game, and it never, ever stops. It starts playing from the first screen all the way to the end of the game. It drones over you, makes your brain go numb, and then when it gets to the end of the song, it pauses for a second, then it loops again. So you better get used to it, but let me tell you, that 1 second when the music stops, it feels so satisfying to hear dead silence, even for just one brief moment. Put your mind at peace. So seriously, what am I doing? Why am I just a Ghostbusters logo floating around playing tag with ghosts? Well, from what I understand, the more ghosts that go into the Zool building in the center, the more the PKE energy goes up, I guess. What happens when it goes up all the way? I don't know. So Stay Puft Marshmallow Man appears or some shit like that. But I'm not here to try and figure out how the game works. I'm here to retell my experience as a gamer. Now, what am I trying to do? What is this white box that keeps appearing when I press the B button? Well, I'll explain later. So, here's what you're supposed to do. You need to find which buildings have ghosts in them. And they vary at any point in the game. So you need to go around the city, and when you touch certain buildings, they blink red. And that means that there's a ghost in there. You try to enter, and whoops, you can't do that yet. You need to buy your proton pack and ghost traps. Ghostbusters don't have their own equipment. They have to go buy